You may not hear. Can you hear me? Wow, this is wonderful. Look at all these wonderful students and their families. This is absolutely wonderful. Welcome. My name is Melinda McPherson, and the students, families, friends, administrators, and honored guests are welcomed here to the 2015 Fall Induction Ceremony of the Gamma Beta Phi Honor Society. As we gather this evening, reflecting and celebrating, we focus our purpose together. William Shakespeare, in his play Henry V, wrote the following inspiring words: "As many arrows, loosed several ways, come to one mark, as many ways meet in one town, as many fresh streams meet in one salt sea, so may 1,000 actions once afoot end in one purpose and be all well born without defeat." We are like those many arrows, each coming from a different source, each with unique talents and varied interests. But as members of Gamma Beta Phi Honor Society, we all promise to support one another and to focus our energies on the society's goals. We follow the design laid out before us, assured that our strength of intent and clarity of purpose will assist us in our aims.
You may be seated. You can always tell when there's an induction of an honor society because you get a quote from Shakespeare. I bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty and staff, and most importantly, the students of Nash Community College. Students, there's nothing more exciting than to come to events like this and to celebrate work well done. That is a term that Dr. Moorbutter talks about quite often. And this is a chance to say a nod to you that we recognize that you work maybe just a little bit harder than some of our other students, and that this is a chance to recognize that work that's being done. Guests of Nash Community College, if you hadn't been on our campus before, we're glad that you're here. Take a look around. We think that we do things a little special. We think that we add a little blue love to the environment that creates the opportunity for you to accomplish what you've accomplished this evening. So again, greetings, and we will get on with the ceremony. Thank you.
Can everybody hear me? Okay. The National Organization of Gamma Beta Phi Society was chartered on March 22nd, 1964 in Spartanburg, South Carolina. It was created by a group of Southern college educators as an outgrowth of the High School Beta Club. Nationally, the organization has chapters all across the United States with approximately 40,000 active student members. The Gamma Beta Phi Society is an honor and service organization for students in colleges and universities in the United States. It is non-secret, non-profit, and co-educational. The Nash Community College chapter of Gamma Beta Phi was chartered on February 7th, 1975. Since 1986, our chapter has earned the National Distinguished Chapter Award. For the last few years, we have also earned the newly created National Exemplary Chapter Award. Through our projects designed for Relay for Life and Wounded Warrior, through our efforts for literacy, and through our long-standing Adopt a Grandparent program, Gamma Beta Phi shows its commitment to serving our world and local community. The name of the Gamma Beta Phi organization is derived from the first letters of the Greek words for education, life, and friendship. The name signifies that education and friendship constitute the basis of a full and happy life. The motto of Gamma Beta Phi is progress through education. The 3 watchwords of the Society denote the major objectives of Gamma Beta Phi. Scholarship, to recognize and encourage individual excellence in education. Character, to promote the development of leadership ability and character in its members. And service, to foster, disseminate, and improve education through appropriate service projects. Members of the Gamma Beta Phi Society subscribe to and seek to live by the principles of honesty. Truthfulness is a necessary attribute of good character and effective leadership. Service. True happiness only comes through helpful service to others. Industriousness. Real progress can be achieved only if the mind is alert to comprehend and the hands are ready to perform individual and community tasks. Humility. True humbleness of spirit is the only proper attitude to maintain in relations with associates. Justice. Real justice involves being fair and just, considering all factors before forming an opinion of other people's motives or before passing judgment on their actions. Cooperation, working closely and harmoniously with others is vital to success. Responsibility, assuming full responsibility for one's own actions and accepting opportunities to fulfill social, economic, and moral obligations are cornerstones of good character. And charitableness, demonstrating tolerance and being generous, considerate, gentle, kind, and courteous in their attitudes and relationships with others is a vital part of humanity.
They gave me a script to introduce Ms. Daniels, but I don't even need that. This woman has been an inspiration to me from the beginning of my time at Nash in a wheelchair. With our morning chats and her positive attitude and her support and inspiration. And she is such a wonderful ambassador for Nash Foundation. It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker tonight, Mrs. Pat Daniels. She's the Executive Director of the Nash Community College Foundation. She is a native of Rocky Mount and joined Nash Community College in 1986. Ms. Daniels is responsible for coordinating and directing fundraising activities to benefit the Student Scholarship Program and meet the needs of Nash Community College. She works directly with the NCC Foundation Board of Directors, consisting of 26 members who meet quarterly to execute fundraising goals and stewardship. The NCC Foundation awards over 200 student scholarships each year, exceeding $175,000. Annual fundraising events include a campus fund drive, scholarship golf classic, community fund drive, and motorcycle ride. So you can imagine how many students' lives she impacts by helping to provide funding for those who would not be able to obtain a degree otherwise. Her ties to the college run deep, as her son Adam attended Nash Community College before attending East Carolina University. Mrs. Daniels and her husband Dean live in Nashville with their 2 Great Danes, and we are so very fortunate to have her here with us tonight. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Pat Daniels.
Thank you, Melinda, for your kind words and introduction. Congratulations to each of the inductees being recognized this evening for your academic achievement and success. Being inducted into the Gamma Beta Phi Society is a moment for you and your loved ones to celebrate and reflect where your journey is leading you toward reaching your goals. Nash Community College is dedicated and committed to each of you and your completion of your chosen program of study, which means graduation. Blue love on our campus is real for the faculty and staff who believe in you and support you each and every day. As Executive Director of the college's foundation, I enjoy many rewarding moments and experiences with the students and donors who are individuals, businesses, and civic clubs who choose to support Nash Community College. And I'd like to share one of my favorite stories of generosity with you this evening. The year is 1924, when this NCC donor and friend was born as one of 10 children. He grew up during the Great Depression, which began in 1930. We can only imagine the challenges for his parents and their large family. After graduating as a high school valedictorian, this individual began a successful career in business. He moved to Rocky Mount in 1953, where he became actively involved in our community. And upon his retirement, he continued to share his time and resources in civic clubs, traveling abroad, and enjoyed taking computer classes at Nash as a senior citizen. He believed in lifelong learning. In 2001, this gentleman established the Alfred L. Sweatt Jr. Scholarship Endowment at Nash. Upon his passing in 2010, and unbeknown to us, the college was designated as a beneficiary of his estate to be added to his scholarship fund. It is the largest gift received to date in Nash's history. Any college or university would have been grateful and honored to receive this benevolent gift, but Al chose Nash Community College, for he valued our students, service to the community, and most importantly, the gift of an education, though he had never earned a college degree. Al's legacy is remembered today through the naming of the Alfred L. Sweatt Jr. Science and Technology Center. I'm sure many of the students have attended classes in the state-of-the-art facility with its well-equipped labs and classrooms. And now, as a radio broadcaster, Paul Harvey and my grandparents would have said, you know the rest of the story. Hopefully, the naming of this building will mean more to you now. In the golden years of his life, Al was recorded in a video sharing the following, and I quote, "The greatest advice I can give to youth is to learn everything you can and don't ever give up the thirst for knowledge. The gift of education is powerful and life-changing for you and your families. I'll recognize the importance to our students and their learning experience at Nash. A very successful businessman, growing up during a challenging time in history, who chose to live a frugal life with the exception of one weakness. He had a passion for Jaguar luxury cars. Al's legacy through the gift of education will forever impact the lives of so many students in Nash. I share this story with you tonight, and especially the inductees, as an example of 3 of the 8 Gamma Beta Phi Code of Ethic principles which we should all strive to live by each day, and that's service, responsibility, and charitableness. Service. True happiness comes only through helpful services to others. As Gamma Beta Phi members, you demonstrate this through your community service projects with the American Cancer Society Relay for Life, the Wounded Warrior Program, which honors our military veterans for their service, and so much more. Martin Luther King Jr. was quoted as saying, "Life's persistent and most urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" I can only imagine what Al Sweatt was thinking when he privately met with his attorney and shared that his estate was to be given to the college upon his passing. He was certainly reflecting on how he chose to be of service to others, and in this case, provide scholarships in this community for student success for generations to come. Responsibility. Assuming full responsibility for one's own actions and accepting opportunities to fulfill social, economic, and moral obligations are cornerstones of good character. One of my favorite books, and was also a Nash Reads selection, is The Last Lecture, written by Randy Pausch, a former professor at Carnegie Mellon University. Prior to his passing in 2008, after being given a diagnosis of 3 to 6 months of good health, he wrote his New York Times bestseller, which has been published in 46 languages and over 4.5 million copies sold in the United States alone. He shared his own words and experience of the wisdom he wanted to impart to the world, knowing it was his last chance. In the book, he encourages us to go out and do for others what somebody did for you. I do not know what personal circumstances influenced the generosity of Al Sweat, but I do know that he seized and accepted an opportunity to make a difference right here at Nash Community College in Rocky Mount. And scholarships of all value are very important investments in our students' futures. By a show of hands, okay, inductees, this question is to you. How many of tonight's inductees are receiving scholarships? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very good. There are 8. And I'm just going to mention your names because I was impressed that 8 of you are receiving scholarships. Antonise Cooper, Kenneth Wordsworth Memorial Scholarship. Ismael Gomez, NCC Foundation Scholarship. Linda Height, Wells Fargo Scholarship. Tiffany Lyles, Faculty of Criminal Justice Scholarship. Lilia Martinez, the Sally Hudson Savaston Memorial Scholarship. Mary Parker, the Stephen D. Felton Business Scholarship. Kavanchi Pierce, the Rocky Mount Junior Guild Scholarship. And Gregory Watson, Russell Proctor III Scholarship. And each of these scholarship names have a story, too, of a caring donor who chose to believe in you. So when you have graduated from Nash, how will you pay it back or forward? How do any of us seize opportunities for our own actions to do for others each day? As a first-generation college student, I will always gratefully remember the Gravely Foundation of Rocky Mount, which provided scholarships to me, in addition to my eligibility for federal financial aid programs to help me achieve my educational goals and to be able to stand in front of you tonight. And I would like to think that I have been given this rewarding career to seize opportunities to make a difference also. And last but not least of the 3 principles I wanted to mention, charitableness. Demonstrating tolerance and being generous, considerate, gentle, kind, and courteous in their attitudes and relationships with others is a vital part of humanity. President Teddy Roosevelt shared the following: do what you can with what you have where you are. Just ask one of your inductees tonight that could not be here, Ismael Gomez, when he was asked to retrieve 100 scattered golf balls from a course contest at our recent Scholarship Golf Classic. I really appreciate his help because he was in charge of finding all those golf balls that were numbered. And as ancient Greek storyteller Aesop was quoted as saying, no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. May we always remember that it's never about the size of the charitableness or kindness, for the kindness may be a smile or an encouraging word or sharing of your time. In closing, I truly enjoy my career at Nash Community College and wish each of you the best in your future careers. I get to see firsthand the kindness of so many donors, some who are in this audience tonight, or who may be strangers or guardian angels to the students, but choose to help in so many ways, big and small. So on behalf of the Foundation Board, thousands of caring donors, faculty and staff, I extend to you our sincerest congratulations. May we all choose to live our lives with meaning and purpose, to leave our legacy of service to others in our own way. And by all means, always choose to give back, especially to Nash Community College, which is providing your educational foundation and serving our students. Congratulations and thank you.
Inductees, please stand for the presentation of your medallions. As names are called, please hold applause until the very end. Thanks very much. Tanya Bynum. Aren't they going in front? Yeah. Yeah, you can. I'll let you go and shake hands. Front. Jason Clayton. Antonice Cooper. Edward Dottridge. Tina Gibson. Allison Holtrop. Tashara Howell. Tiffany Lillies. Caitlin Miles. Mary Parker. Kavanche Pierce. Amy Pendergrass. Robina Robbins. John Rui. James Silver. Julie Silveri. Samantha Smith. Gregory Watson. Joshua White. There are a couple more things that they're going to do, but let's give them a round of applause.
Wait till everyone's candle is lit. New inductees, please recite the membership pledge after me. I solemnly declare that I shall always strive to hold fast the principles of honesty, to maintain a standard of academic excellence, to serve humanity, and to develop good character and leadership ability. I further pledge myself to cooperate with other members of the Gamma Beta Phi Society in the active promotion of these ideas in our school, community, state, and nation. Congratulations. New members, you may extinguish your flames before they hurt you. And you may be seated. On behalf of all of us here, we're very proud of you. You obviously are soaring above the crowd like an eagle. Oh, not an eagle, a nighthawk, right? A nighthawk. You're flying like a nighthawk. We would all like to congratulate you on your achievements. Now let's have one more round of applause. And thank you, family, as well, for sharing in our celebration tonight to celebrate their achievement. After the platform guests recess, the inductees will come forward for a group photograph. And you're all invited to refreshments in the back of the room. Thank you again for coming.